We are here with Chad from the GMC team in the Hummer EV on the road for the first time. So yesterday we got to do some basic off-roading on a course you guys built, which was cool. Got to experience the terrain mode, off-road mode, see the four-wheel steer at play, the air suspension, all of the wheel articulation, and we also got to experience watts to freedom, which is launch control in a 9,000-pound, 1,000-horsepower pure electric super truck. And all of those ingredients add up to 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, which in something that weighs as much as a small house is a hysterical experience. The suspension squats and you just launch. It's pretty. I'm sure you've never gotten tired of Watts to Freedom, right?
Every single time, it's awesome. We also did braking, so a little braking demo there after Watts to Freedom.
Hard braking, and I actually think Crabwalk was a more kind of unique, cool experience. Obviously, like, fast vehicles are fast, but Crabwalk was, I don't want to say bizarre, but so different from anything else I felt in the car. That's where the rear wheels will turn up to 10 degrees in parallel with the front, and the whole car just kind of like, I don't know, what's the technical term? It shimmies? No, it
moves. It's diagonally.
Diagonal,
right?
Yes.
And that can come really in handy, Eddie, when you're in a tight parking spot as well, a little parallel parking, but mostly on the trail.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of trouble.
Obstacles.
Yeah, if you want to get out of trouble, it's better to move sideways more than it is forward. We actually used it on the trail the other day.
Gotcha, yeah. So we're currently driving. We've got about a 45-minute drive from where we're staying in Paradise Valley by Scottsdale, Arizona, out to some off-roading. We have on-road opportunity now to experience the Hummer EV. This has Super Cruise, and this will be my first time getting to experience Super Cruise. I'm excited for that because we've got over 200,000 miles of highways that are mapped right. It's it'll automatically lane change and things like that. You'll teach me how to do Super Cruise because I haven't tried it before. Just checking out the on-road behaviors. This truck is big. It's got running lights up front because it's large and wide. But honestly, on road, it's not that imposing in terms of driving. I'm sure parked in a car next to it, you're probably like, what is that gigantic super truck? But honestly, sitting here, it feels pretty well manageable. Driving around yesterday, I was amazed at how it could pivot and handle some tight turns. Just because of that four-wheel steer, it really does help shorten the wheelbase virtually.
Yeah. Actually, its dimensions are similar to a light-duty pickup truck.
Is it really?
Yeah. It is wider.
Okay.
But you just saw a TRX that pulled up, and that was not smaller than us.
No.
Yeah.
So I will say that the styling gives it a very imposing presence.
That's correct. That
allows it to just be larger than life. It definitely, that guy in the BMW just completely turned his head around staring at this thing, wondering what it was. It's obviously very quick. Let's talk about some of the exterior styling before we get on to the highway and check out Super Cruise and some of the off-roading. It's got the signature Hummer lighting up front, which is cool because it also shows like the charging status, full kind of light bar. These are all edition ones that we have out here, right?
These are all edition ones. Yeah, we have our light bar that, a lot of people are surprised to hear that those are not the running. Look at that.
Oh, Rivian, hello. It's not the running lights?
No. It's not the running lights. Those are underneath.
Oh, okay.
But I'd love to show you once we get there too.
Okay.
The approach when you approach with your key does a little beautiful
dance.
Animation.
Those are cool.
That's one of the things that actually is my favorite features in the vehicle.
GM's doing that really well. I remember the Escalade. I was wowed by like the startup welcome sequence.
Exactly.
It's crazy cool.
Yeah, and it is. The designers were tasked to create a design that was instantly recognizable as a Hummer, but at the same time, a modern interpretation of the Hummer. And there's no question that when you approach this vehicle, you say it's a Hummer.
It is absolutely a Hummer. This is the pickup truck version. There will be an SUV coming, so decent sized bed out back. How long is it?
I think it's 5 feet, but I'll have to
Okay.
check right now.
4-door configuration, plenty of space. It's tall for sure. We've got the infinity panels, the roof, which is tinted blue to kind of help with sun, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's polarized.
And so these come out, the back ones come out. Does this center bar come out? No.
The center bar does not come out.
Doesn't come
structural integrity, but
Okay.
this you can take out. You have a tool in the back, and you can just very quickly. But to take off these panels, and we can do it if you want. A lot of
Once
media
we're
have
out
been trying it at the trail. It is extremely easy to take these off, and we do have an accessory in the e-trunk where you can store them.
The frunk. Yeah, because with a pure electric platform built bespoke for this super truck, you have packaging ability to do a front trunk where you can store things in there, which is definitely convenient.
Correct.
Plenty of space inside too, storage, the rear seats fold down, that giant rear panel glass goes down.
Yeah, it's a full convertible experience because that one does drop.
Convertible super truck.
Convertible super truck.
It can do so many things. I guess a couple other things about the exterior styling. Black and white two-tone finish. That one's got red accents. This one's got kind of the goldish ones. What are the differences there for additional?
So yeah, this one has the tech bronze, but you can get an accessory there with the red lettering, red accents, the red tow hooks. All of the GMC badge chiclets for edition 1, and actually for the Hummer EV are black though.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is something that you've seen in some of our Denali's as well now.
It's got 35-inch tires. We've got 18-inch wheels. A couple cool different designs.
Correct. 35-inch tires, 18-inch wheels, and also the ability to install 37s if you'd like.
Ooh.
We did engineer that into the truck, so good to go for.
Not available from the factory. People go aftermarket for that.
Correct.
Okay. And the suspension, adjustable ride height with air suspension. So it can go from regular entry exit for easier quote unquote egress. It's still pretty tall. You need those fixed side steps. Testing out those brakes.
Yeah.
Nice, not a problem. It is a tall truck. Even if I'm 6'3", getting in and out, you got to use those steps.
Yeah, so you can set it so that exactly egress, entry, and an exit, and then also you have the normal ride height.
Yep.
You have a higher setting which you can use in off-road. And there's one coming via OTA soon, which is our extract mode, which you might have seen yesterday.
I saw that one, dude.
So stock, it's 10 degrees of ground clearance, but you can go up to 16.
So 10 inches, 13 inches is increased. Oh, no, that's suspension travel is 13 inches.
Suspension travel is 13 inches.
Makes some cool noises. So I guess exterior styling-wise, that's the main things to hit upon it. Unmistakably a Hummer. It's imposing in person. It attracts a lot of attention. Having like a dozen of them lined up here and driving all over the place, people are just turning heads, looking at it. It's definitely like a Halo product look. On the inside, very nice. This is a huge 13.4-inch digital infotainment screen. This is a 12.3-inch center cluster, reconfigurable. A lot of really cool animations. You guys did a fantastic job.
Thank you. You can see obviously a lot of moon-themed animations designs, not just on the digital screens, but also that's kind of why you're seeing the white color, right? It's kind of a NASA launch shuttle. And as you change modes, you'll see some animations. You'll see the Sea of Tranquility on the interior, in the mats, in the speaker grills. This the topography. This people don't realize, but this little speaker there is meant to represent a little mountain. Topography there as well.
The tech bronze accents are really cool all over there on the.
Let's approach it. Go for it. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, the instant torque of EVs, and you go, man. Sorry, what were you saying about
No, you're absolutely fine. I was just checking to see if Super Cruise, I think you might be able to engage Super Cruise.
Engage Super Cruise? All right, so how do we do Super Cruise?
So go ahead and jump in there, and then hit that button right there, because you see, that's telling you that it's enabled. That little gray.
I see that.
It's a pre-map Pro.
So just the cruise,
that boy right there,
Super Cruise unavailable. Turn on adaptive cruise control first.
Yeah.
Now Super Cruise. 61 miles an hour. Let's raise it. Oh, the green light's on the steering wheel.
Go ahead. You're good.
And then it's full hands-free.
Yeah, let go. And so it'll be able, it has automatic lane change.
Okay.
It can overpass. You've got it set to 70, let's say. Person in front of you is 64, it'll automatically do it. If you want to do it manually, just hit your stock, and then it'll turn for you. It'll overtake for you.
So I don't need to have my hands on the wheel at all right now. I need to pay attention, obviously, but that's hands-free on the freeway.
You do have a driver monitoring system right there that is looking at your, it's tracking your eye position, your head position, even with sunglasses.
Wow.
So you can look at me, and we can talk for a few seconds.
Yeah.
You can eat a hamburger, if you'd like.
But I can't sit down and read a book.
You cannot sit down and read a book.
That is not allowed.
You are in control. This is not an autonomous system. This is what we call a driver assist technology. But truly hands-free. Truly hands-free.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So.
That's Super Cruise running. You got the green light on the steering wheel. That's how you know you have Super Cruise.
Inspired by some of those racing steering wheels.
Oh, with the shift lights?
The RPMs.
That's cool. Try lane change.
And so there's actually 3 colors that you'll see there. You've got the green, you've got the blue, and you've got the red. The blue is when it's calibrating, getting
Yep.
ready on standby mode. Green means you're good to go.
Okay.
And red means it's time to take over.
Oh, okay.
It has several different escalations that you would see if you're not paying attention or if
Yeah.
there's road construction.
Okay.
You would know that you need to take over.
It just did a lane change. I signaled that it did a lane change. That's all I did.
That's right.
That's awesome.
That's right. Yeah. So hopefully you can experience it now when we get
We'll catch up to
catch
traffic.
up to somebody and
Yeah.
it does it by itself. Not now, but eventually, very soon, via OTA, this will have the ability to trailer.
Okay.
Pull a trailer while having Super Cruise engaged.
That's awesome.
Which is a really, really fun experience that is only available in GM vehicles right now.
Okay.
If you turn on your windshield wipers, you'll see something
Oh
cool.
yeah, it's got 3 of them. I forgot about that.
Yeah, people love that, and it's just the aspect ratio of the
windshield.
the windshield requires 3, like in some Hummers of old. But I love
That's
it.
crazy.
I love
So
it.
they're 3 short little windshield wiper
Yeah.
blades. That's hilarious. Man, this truck has so many things that are just like so different from what you expect in everything else.
Yes.
I think that's what makes this type of experience. I mean, luxury cars, auto lane change, changing lanes. It's going for it. It vibrated the seat. I got a notification.
And that seat is bi-directional, right?
Okay.
You use it for park assist.
Mm-hmm. Lots of freedom.
Lots of freedom. We actually took a safety feature because it is we call it a
Yes.
safety alert seat, and we used it for the theatrics.
Yes.
Right, just to give you that emotion. But yeah, if automatic braking is engaged, that would go on. If you're backing up and somebody's coming on the left,
Yeah.
that would happen. You just experienced.
It just passed a guy on its own. That Honda CR-V just got passed by Super Cruise, full independent of my decision.
You did not even touch this.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I love this.
It's one of those features that once you use it,
Yep.
you want it.
I'm gonna have to go back to my Neanderthal prehistoric car where I have to
Yeah.
make my own lane changes.
You know, like, one of the cool things too, Eddie, with Super Cruise is in the event of an emergency. Let's say you pass out.
Okay.
Right. It'll escalate and it'll give you notifications. Take over. If you don't, it will pull over and stop. Turn on your hazards.
Yeah.
And OnStar will come on, and emergency service will be sent to you.
See, that's a great application of technology for another blanket safety feature. So
Yeah.
it should be able to take this off-ramp exit all by itself?
For sure.
See, this is where the older systems you'd get a little nervous because it would
Yeah.
kind of ping-pong its way through the turn.
Correct.
It's holding speed. It is centering. Will it know to keep left? Yes.
Continue for 3 miles.
Wow.
If you were going above the speed limit,
Yes.
it might tell you, hey, take over, right? You're
Okay.
going too fast for this curve. In
Makes
this
sense.
case, you're good to go.
Yeah.
The really fascinating thing is if you're pulling a trailer, it compensates for all of that on its own
Really.
with Super Cruise. So
Man, the amount of calibration and data and everything
Yeah.
to get this level,
yeah,
that's really impressive.
yes.
So I'm gonna have to get over auto lane change. Let's go. So, a couple other things on the interior that we should speak about. We've got plentiful technology, nice cool materials. This white kind of textured, what do you guys call it?
Yeah, it's actually
Is it synthetic?
it is,
Okay.
and the reason being is when we pull the top off for the vehicle, we're going to get a lot of dust.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted something that was soft touch, but also very easy to wash.
Okay, durable.
Durable. If it gets dirty with mud, it's not a problem.
Super Cruise disengaging.
Yeah.
So something about it. Yep, the red flashing lights came on.
So you knew immediately. I need to take over.
Yep, grab the wheel. Oh, because it thinks I'm driving in an exit lane.
Yes.
That makes sense.
And that was one of the things that we learned, Eddie, from the first generation of Super Cruise to the next one. Before it would just disengage.
Yeah.
And we got feedback from customers that said, "Hey, why? Right? Why
Give me
did
an
it happen?
explanation.
Give me an
Why?"
explanation. It just told you why,
Yeah.
and so now you're good to go.
We're back on again.
Back
Got
on.
back into a center lane and we're good to go.
Yeah. So yeah. So those are the materials that they picked. They wanted them to be durable, easy to wash,
That makes sense.
and
Everything else seems pretty high quality. You got leather stitching on the steering wheel here. The tech is integrated well. So we were talking earlier how we've got physical toggles for not only this layer, which is your heated steering wheel, your differentials, hazards, traction, and parking sensors, but above, there's a screen display that at first I thought was a touchscreen, but it's not. It's linked to these physical toggle buttons that will update the screen for things like climate, or if I toggle to seat control, it updates the screen, and then you can pick between heated and cooled seat controls with the buttons, which I like.
Yes.
I think is a really, because if you're in a truck, if you're wearing gloves in the winter or something, trying to fiddle with a touchscreen sometimes isn't as easy.
It's very easy to just place your hand while you're driving 70 miles an hour,
Yes.
even while you're off-roading, versus trying to hit a button
Yeah.
on the screen. So
Gives you a point of reference.
Yes, it's a very smart use of technology, and also you'll notice right here an icon of the Hummer,
Mm-hmm.
which you'll see throughout the vehicle. You'll see it down there.
Yep. Oh, on the windshield.
Yeah.
Yep. Little
See
Easter
it in
egg.
the back.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of little Easter eggs. You'll notice right here, these are microphones.
Oh, really?
You can see this right here. There's a microphone, and it's shaped with a moon boot.
Oh, that's cool. Like the first footprint on the moon.
First footprint on me. You'll also see that little footprint on the speaker grills, on the Bose speaker grills.
That's cool.
So, people ask us why. What's the fascination with the moon?
Mm-hmm.
The team was asked to do this vehicle in a little over 2 years. That is normally a 4.5, 5 year process.
Accelerated timeline. Yeah.
And so they were like, "This is our moonshot."
Okay.
And there was a lot of things that changed in the way that we develop a vehicle. A lot of virtual simulation
Mm-hmm.
in order to do this quickly, and on time, and which we did. So that's why.
Gotcha.
You can hit this bad boy too.
Is that for one pedal driving?
Yes.
Or I can go to low like this. Whoa, in the decel.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of getting used to. If you're
For sure.
not into EVs often,
Yeah.
I'm still used to having it coast.
Yeah.
But you get used to one pedal driving.
I like to use, and you're absolutely right, it's a matter of preference.
Yeah.
You will notice that in off-road mode, it is one pedal drive.
Yes.
In terrain mode, it's friction brakes.
Yep.
Not one pedal. It's not your regen.
Yeah.
You can use that little paddle shifter.
Is that for
regen?
It's. I think it's funny. You've got an asymmetric single paddle shifter on the left, so that.
You can
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
so that's like I had that. I played around with that in the
Volt.
Bolt.
And
The
the
Bolt
Bolt, yeah.
had it too.
Yeah, yeah.
I was actually playing a game of could I get myself to work without using
Without
the
using
brake
brakes.
pedal.
Yeah.
And eventually I got pretty good at it. You had to
Yeah.
kind of calibrate when you want to let off to
Yeah.
slow down for a red light.
I like it not only because it helps conserve energy or recapture
Yeah.
energy, but it's also a little more comfortable to not have to step on the brake. But,
Yeah.
But
Man, we're getting so lazy now. Super Cruise to handle everything. Lane changes on its own. Don't even want to
Yeah.
move my foot on the brake. What?
first world problems.
Oh, yes. I'm going to turn on my cooled seats. Toggle that. I really like this little screen. It's kind of a play off of BMW had something similar where you could reconfigure like these 1 through 9 smart keys.
Interesting.
This is a step better because it like updates what's going on and physical toggles. I do like that a lot. Not everything needs to be buried behind 18 menus on a touchscreen because
1000%.
that's not necessarily user experience friendly.
And things like turning on your windshield wipers.
Yeah.
I think you will never see
Oh my
in a
gosh.
in a GM vehicle.
Imagine going through 3 touchscreens to turn on your windscreen wipers.
Yes.
A couple more of the specs. So
Yeah.
0 to 60, 3 seconds. 1,000 horsepower. The wheel torque figure is 11,500.
11.2.
11.2, but that equates to about 1,200 regular like output torque.
Correct myself. It is 11.5 is what we said for wheel.
Yeah,
At the
1,200.
motor, it's 1,200.
Yeah.
Pound feet. Yeah.
60 in 3 seconds flat, 329 miles of range on fast charging, which is 800 volts. You can add 100 miles of range in about 12 minutes.
That is correct.
That's impressive. But it can also do 400 volt regular level 2 charging, and then AC, plug it into your outlet, but that takes quite a lot longer.
No, yeah, for sure. But you're getting, if you get a level 2 on the higher end of kilowatt hours there, of kilowatts, sorry, we're pulling, I think on a 7.7, it's I think about 14 miles an hour.
Okay.
Between 14 and 16 miles an hour of charge.
You guys had some hydrogen generators charging these yesterday. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, and that was something we really, actually, you guys are the first to experience this.
Okay.
Outside of those of us in the GM family. Hydrotech is an offshoot within our Ultium brand and family of technologies. What those engineers have put together basically is a mobile fuel cell charging station, basically, that converts hydrogen into usable energy. And they were pulling, I think, yesterday 80 kilowatt. So it's The vehicle you're driving today has been powered by hydrogen. You can see the utility for that. They're working with many different industries.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right?
I was talking to one of the engineers. He spoke about all sorts of different applications,
Yes.
some of the tech,
Yes.
some of the benefits. I mean, it was quiet. It was not running compressed hydrogen, just regular gaseous hydrogen, and it was clean, and it's mobile. I mean, the benefits are really, really cool.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that was really, really awesome. So that covers some of the charging aspects of it. What are some of the other specs? Price
Yeah.
for the first edition is 110.
110, 295.
Okay.
And that really checks off all of the boxes in terms of features that you have.
Yeah.
Yes, you can buy several different accessories on top of that. For instance, mounting the tires in the back.
Yep.
Some
Roof
of the
rack.
roof rack, some of the decals.
Yeah.
But
So at 110 for first edition, it's with 18 ultra view cameras. We've got Super Cruise. It's got everything.
Super Cruise, 4-wheel steer,
Yeah.
your adaptive ride height suspension, your 3-motor system setup.
Okay.
Basically everything. We did sell out of that very fast.
Yeah.
Now, people have always been able to get the other trims that are coming. The
Yeah.
next one is 3X, which is slotted right beneath an Edition 1.
Okay.
We begin manufacturing that one in the fall. You can option that one up to an
Equivalent
Edition
gear.
1
Okay.
with the off-road package.
Gotcha.
But that one starts at about $99,000.
Gotcha. So for a Halo Super Truck, it's got the price tag attached to it, but what you get out of this thing is pretty crazy. And I mean, I'm sure you've seen the market value at which people are commanding for some of
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
One just sold on Bring a Trailer for $275,000.
275.
$275. That, I know the car market's crazy, but I think that shows some of the hype behind what this thing represents.
Yeah.
For people to be willing to pay, that's almost triple MSRP.
Yeah, I mean, we know, and we're seeing just by virtue of the reservations and anecdotes like the one you're mentioning, that it is a desirable vehicle,
Yeah.
right? 66,000 reservations.
Wow.
For both the SUV and the truck. This month actually was our highest reservation month outside of the month where we revealed
Launched
it. So
it.
there's still excitement. People now know that it's closer.
Yep.
You can get it. It's real.
It is real. It's
so-
not the unknown other electric truck that looks like a 3-year-old designed it that who knows if ever will come to reality. Oh, we also do need to note, you notice this thing has been off-roaded. We're on one of the later waves, so it's been used hard, so it does need alignment. So I think that camera's going to pick up the wheel kind of cocked a little bit.
Yep.
But these things are getting driven. There was that one truck that has been pretty much doing Watts to Freedom for the entire couple weeks you guys have been out here.
We have it doing Watts to Freedom,
Yeah.
and we wanted you guys to experience, because people forget, if we were doing this on the same day, you'd be going from Watts to Freedom
Yeah.
to scaling basically a mountain, which we're going to do today.
All right.
So that's, when we call it a super truck, truly, you don't have to change the tires, you don't have to do anything. It's ready to go right out of the factory to do all of those things, which is why people like it.
Yeah. One-stop shop to do everything.
Do everything.
Okay, well, we'll call that the on-road review of the new GMC Hummer EV. I'm looking forward to getting this thing off-roading and experiencing more of the tech and what this platform can do. And at some point, hopefully spending a week living with it, kind of seeing real-world experience with the new Hummer EV. But this has been fantastic. Thank you so much, Chad.
Thank you, Eddie.
Hope you guys learned something about the new Hummer EV. Make sure you guys check out all the Hummer websites if you want to get one. Get on that massive long list of reservations. But I can tell you guys, it feels unlike anything else I've driven. I've gotten to drive some pretty cool things. Yeah, you guys did a good job. This is cool. All right, to off-roading we go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.